Good morning, folks. I'm Andrew Bond representing World Sports Betting here at Meydan Racecourse, Dubai World Cup 2023. And we've got two bumper interviews for you this morning. First of all, Oisin Murphy, former champion jockey of Great Britain, back in the saddle with great success, very astute in the way he assesses the form. And thereafter, we'll be speaking to CHRISTOPHE Lemaire, who's been plying his trade in Japan with great success. He had two winners on Dubai World Cup night last year, and he believes he's got some very, very strong rides again for the Japanese. So first of all, let's join Oisin Murphy.
I worked towards this for quite some time, and to be here with 5 rides and some horses I'm really looking forward to is a great position to be in.
Theo Caden's your mount in the Dubai World Cup. You rode him this morning. How's he feeling and how do you assess his chances?
Yeah, beautiful horse, and he's in such good condition. His coat is gleaming. When you think this time of year in Japan it's very cold, and even in Dubai it gets quite cold at night. So yeah, they've done a remarkable job getting him here in the shape he's in. He didn't do any hard work this morning. I let him breeze along for 5 furlongs and a little bit quicker up the straight. But he felt very good and mentally not too revved. He's obviously an older horse. He's an entire horse, and he wasn't too colty, so that's all really good.
And how do you assess the Japanese challenge heading into Saturday?
Yeah, very strong. I think Cafe Pharaoh is a top level horse. He ran very well in Saudi. Probably had a hard race there, as did the winner Pantalesa, who's an extraordinary horse. If they can bounce out of that race in the same sort of form, I obviously have huge respect for them. But I think it's a difficult thing to do so close from race to race. But let's see. Theo Keynes was a champion dirt horse in Japan. He needs to bounce back right to his best. I obviously sat in him for the first time this morning. He felt really good. So, let's see if that's good enough.
And obviously you've got strong associations with Japan. That must mean an awful lot to you to maintain those heading into the weekend.
Yeah, I haven't teamed up an awful lot with private owners. This will be probably the first international meeting. So well done to my agent, Mr. Nakamura, and my interpreter, Hiroshi Ando, for getting me on those horses. And, even Perrier in the UE Derby, he's a listed winner. NAR Group 1 placed. His form ties in with one of the leading chances in the race, Derma Sotogake. I think those form lines are strong. Drone 3, he's a neat horse, not over big. The first part of the race with his gate speed should allow him get into a good position. And, the distance probably as long as he wants, man. So let's see what he does later on. But he's a rider I really am happy to be on. Well, look, if Real World was able to back up that form with Baid, particularly in the Queen Anne and in the Lockinge, he still a strong race, but he would take some beating. So great to be on him, and lovely that Saeed's given me the leg up. I've obviously won the Dubai Turf for him many years ago on Ben Battle, and although it was a couple of years ago, it's still fresh in my mind. And then Flaming Rib felt very good in Doha. Obviously this is a stronger race, but thank you to Sheikh Fahd and Hugo Palmer. Sheikh Fahd for allowing me to keep the ride because Casadero's in the race, and Hugo Palmer for also, letting me ride him in Doha, because I think the horse was always had the scope to improve from 3 to 4, but he felt like he has. And then Quickthorn in the staying race, I galloped him twice in the last month, and he's felt very good. Great year for him last year, easy horse to ride, races on speed. Deep race, I felt. Lots of horses going into that race in good form, the likes of Enemy and Passion and Glory. And then obviously Charlie Appleby has a strong hand. But yeah, great rides to pick up, and let's see what I can do.
Manobo now second, Stay Foolish matching him, Almadar's fourth, Manobo getting to the lead. Manobo's got an unbeaten record in his start, but Stay Foolish lays it right down, comes back swinging, and Stay Foolish won.
We've seen here over the last 2 years and in Saudi Arabia the rise of Japanese horses, 8 of them in the Dubai World Cup this year. You're on board Geoglyph. What kind of a chance do you give him?
I think he's got a good chance because his race in Saudi was very good. He just get tired the last few meters, but he ran a great race. And this time he will have the experience of the dirt that he didn't have last time. So of course the field is going to be very strong again, but the horse looks in good shape, and hopefully he can do the same performance than in Saudi.
As you touch on it, was his first time on dirt that day. A slightly different dirt surface here for Saturday, though. How do you think he'll cope with that?
Yeah, I think the start will be important. Last time in Saudi, he jumped very well from the gates. I could take a second position where he was comfortable, and obviously in Dubai you need to hit the front quite early, so the start will be important. If he can settle comfortable and run his rhythm, he will do a nice stretch.
And a longer trip as well on Saturday, but looking at his Japanese form, he seems versatile as regards the distance he runs over.
Yes, in Japan he ran over a mile, over 2,000 meters. He won the Satsuki Show over 2,000 meters. If he can hit the front position early on, it will be a big advantage.
And how do you assess the Japanese team overall? You've got horses coming from Saudi and some new participants coming in as well.
Yeah, strong contenders. Huh? Group 1 winners at home. Of course, Pantalasa, who won the Saudi Cup, and Crown Pride, which has a lot of experience, especially in Dubai. He won last year the Derby. Even if Country Grammar will have his chance again, it's going to be a great race.
And finally, on the Dubai World Cup, is there one horse you think you've got to beat in particular?
Country Grammar. His finish last time in Saudi was brilliant. He can go from front. He can go to front. He can come from behind. He's a very tough horse, and yeah, it's gonna be a nice rematch between Pansalasa and Country Grammar.
And you ride one of the stars of the evening on Saturday, Equinox. Just how good is he, do you think?
Yeah, I rate him very high amongst the horses I had the chance to ride through my career. He's a very talented horse. He's got a lot of abilities. He's a very intelligent horse. He's got a strong body. I think he will become better and better, getting experience. And last autumn, he was just fantastic in the Tenno Show and in the Arimakinen. I'm really looking forward to riding him again in the Shema Classic. This year, it's going to be also a strong field, but I'm full of confidence with him because he's a tremendous horse.